Let's discuss how you need to understand that you're wrong. Okay, let me rephrase that. The only way you can learn is by assuming and accepting that you're wrong immediately, which I am going to openly state I doubt many of you do, and here's why. Before you exit out of this video, I know what you're thinking about right now. I listen to others because they may be right, or I know I make mistakes, I mess up sometimes. You're currently thinking from a perspective that isn't really in that situation, yet when you're actually put into the situation, I know that everything about listening to others will completely leave your mind. I know this because when you're in the current situation, you know that you're right. In fact, you are in the current situation for majority of your life. This means that for a majority of your life, you aren't thinking about being wrong. Now let me ask you a question. How do you feel when you're wrong? Upset, mad, or devastated? Those are all great answers, but you're answering a different question. Those are all great answers to the question, how do you feel when you realize that you're wrong? To be fair, being wrong doesn't feel like anything. Actually, never mind. Let me correct that, because being wrong does feel like something. It feels like being right. Now let's discuss our predictable thought process when we disagree with someone. 1, that person doesn't have the correct information. So you inform them, you tell them your facts, you tell them what you know, and you try to let them understand and bring it all in. But then say that doesn't work and you realize that they do have all the correct information, and even though they do, they still don't agree. And then 2, the other person probably just isn't smart enough to understand. They don't understand. They're not as smart as you. They aren't as calculated. But then say that that reasoning doesn't work either. They are smart. They are a very smart person. You know them for this, and they still don't disagree. They still disagree. They don't agree with you. Then you know that it's 3. The other person is deliberately trying to manipulate you and spread this incorrect information that benefits themselves. And let me just restate that this is the exact thought process that we have been molded into, choosing through society and school, the incorrect one. As Augustine of Hippo stated, I err, therefore I am. This is a very accurate statement that we obviously still need to accept. The fact that we assume others are incorrect before ourselves is a huge mistake. Many of you still watching may be thinking, but that's not me, I usually self-doubt. Okay, but what about when you feel strongly about the topic? You wouldn't have it any other way. If someone came in and tried to tell you that the sun did not exist and that it was a holographic creation of the government, you would give them 50 reasons why they were wrong and crazy. But not 1 second would you think, what if what they're saying is actually true? This is because obviously the sun's real, right? Of course, this may not be the most ideal example, but the gut feeling you have when you're defending your statements is always there when you're defending your statements. The very extent of human defiance can be shown in many examples. Did you know that for the longest time, people were convinced that the world was geocentric? Of course, they didn't have the technology we do today, but the factual information was so hardwired into the society's brains that people were hung, killed for even just casually stating otherwise. It's funny how it took over hundreds of years since the present term heliocentric had first been even discussed to actually being accepted. It's become a habit to just automatically think that your beliefs reflect reality when in reality anything is possible and you may be wrong. Our lives are like this. Not everything is perfect and not everyone is either, but by taking a step back and looking at everything, realize that you can be more mindful and still be yourself. This is life. You think something's gonna happen and the world surprises you. And this is exactly what drives us to explore. Now it's your turn to take this information and continue to make your own stories and decisions. The first step is realizing, and I hope you just did after watching this video. Thank you. Please consider subscribing and receiving notifications for more videos like this from the Success Bistro.